going on, Jeromes? Beautiful day for some Q&A. Thank you, everyone who submitted questions. We'll get better at Q&As. Try to. First up is from Derek Triple. How important could this next draft be to have a first, second, and potentially 3 third-round picks to replenish the youth on this team? Just looking down the line to have replacements for Ryan Kelly, Harrison Smith, Brian O'Neill, Hargrave, and Allen. Also feels like we need to draft a running back and linebacker since it seems yearly that Jones and Cashman get hurt, yada, yada, yada. So it is what it is, right? The last couple of drafts, like Kwesi has gotten steadily better at drafting, but a couple of bricks, it hurts, and the Vikings are not immune to that. It happens to teams around the league where sometimes you just have a draft class that just falls flat, and the Vikings have done well with UDFAs, but also free agency is great. The Vikings have had 2 amazing free agent classes the last 2 years, but also it's not a sustainable model, especially when ideally you're going to have a quarterback contract on your plate in a couple of years with J.J. McCarthy. So, Kwesi and the scouting department definitely has to start hitting on some of these draft picks because depth is being tested right now, and it feels like the Vikings are fine for this moment in time, but any more attrition, it's not the position you want to be in. It's not going to be good, right? But as right now, Vikings are looking good draft capital-wise. Got to hit on those on draft capital there. Next, Sear. I've heard a lot about the Vikings being in a win-now mode this year, but with McCarthy down, not playing great, I haven't got a hope yet. A lot of people are bailing, so I'm curious what makes a team a win-now team. Is it expiring contracts? If so, who will lose next year with changes core of the team? So I think the Vikings do have about a 3-year window. The remaining years on McCarthy's 4-year rookie deal. Then you have the 5th-year option that's going to be uppage in salary, and then getting paid, right? And the Vikings, they do right now. They are projected, like $50 million over the cap. But we've talked about a lot of restructuring, a lot of extensions, a lot of parting of ways with players, and it's really easy peasy for the Vikings to get underneath the cap. But for the future, Addison's going to get paid. If Jamison Williams is getting $27 million per year, Addison's getting $32 at least, right? Hawkinson, we'll see. Ryan Kelly, probably not built for the future. Allen, Hargrave, short-term rentals, and that's basically what it comes down to. So, the Vikings, I wouldn't say like win now mode, where you have a bunch of older veterans and everyone's on 1-year deals. I do think that the Vikings are in a 3-year window. Right, and year 1, we'll see. Next, Crispy KPL. Given all the injuries on the Vikings team, what do you think would be the number 1 priority the Vikings should focus on to get this team to bounce back? O-line, right? And run defense is run defense, but everything starts and ends with offensive line. And Jim Harbaugh, former Vikings head coach, he was absolutely right saying that the offensive line impacts the entire team. Where offensive line protects the quarterback, gets the run game going, extends drives, rests that defense. Field position is important for teams as well. So, the offensive line, something's got to happen, right? And whether it's School at left tackle, even though he's in concussion protocol, Walter Rouse, Christian Darrisaw come back, Ryan Kelly clearing concussion protocol, something's got to happen because Will Fries was not great. $88 million, not great. Brian O'Neill's made some mental errors, and overall the offensive line is not what you want in front of J.J. McCarthy, and it's not what you want in front of Carson Wentz either, right? So they have gotten some things done running the ball, but it seems like too little too late in the games that they've done. So, on paper, this first-team offensive line hasn't taken a single snap together. So we'll reserve judgment until that happens and Darrisaw is back, but it hasn't been good so far. And if you get that fixed, all of a sudden magically everything gets better and easier with this team. There you go. Next, Quest for Adventure. Ivan Pace looked terrible against the run. He's also terrible in pass coverage. Who can we replace him with? He's good at covering Tyler Algier, one of the slower running backs in the league, but absolutely right about Pace, where it feels like Ivan Pace is a great player, high-energy player. Sometimes he gets picked apart in coverage. It happens. But also, I feel like emotionally, without Cashman, it kind of feels like Pace feels like he has to do too much, and it feels like he is trying to do too much. And as Flores said in his presser yesterday, is that when you try to play hero ball, sometimes it doesn't work out. And Pace, flying around, miss 5 tackles, against the Falcons is no good. It's one of the reasons why the Falcons ran up 200-plus yards rushing. Bajan, $143. So I do think that It's not a spot where you're going to replace him. I think that it's just a spot where Flores and the coaches, that they have to get to pace like, hey, we just need you to be a leader. We need you to do your job. We need you to not try to do too much, right? And I think Wilson is a calming presence there. And if not, I mean, Kobe King is waiting in the wings. Sure. AVG can play some off ball. Same thing with Diamond Dallas Turner once AVG gets back from concussion. So, I don't know. But right now, it's just a really bad game for pace, and hopefully that doesn't continue. Lastly, Brandon Klosterman. Does Kevin O'Connell open up the playbook when Wentz is in there? I know he's new to the team, but his ability to read defense and progress through reads has to be superior to JJ. And it really does come down to experience. And it could be a spot where, yeah, maybe Kevin O'Connell does open things up because he's got a veteran quarterback. And you could tell, like, the training wheels were on the start of both games. And once he took him off against the Bears, J.J. McCarthy just was able to let it rip, and good things happen, right? And I think with a veteran like Wentz, especially if and when the offensive line gets their ish together, run game is going to be there. They're protecting the quarterback. Wentz, he does sense pressure well. He is a large quarterback, does have some ability, so maybe he'll be able to handle the pressure a little bit better than McCarthy in his second career start. And also, I feel like Carson Wentz, like, this is his last best chance to do something with his career. Like, he's been a journeyman, 6 teams in 6 seasons, and now it's his home team. It's like a team he grew up rooting for, and he's got Jefferson down there. F it, 18's down there somewhere. I honestly feel like he's just going to rip it. Because what does he have to lose? Like, oh, well, if I play mediocre, safe game manager football, they'll just replace me when J.J. McCarthy's healthy. But what if I come out and burn like the sun? Shine bright like a diamond. What if I just go out and fire this effing pigskin and damn the torpedoes and crazy things happen? What about it? Plus, we're number 11. He's large like Dante Culpepper. Get your roll on, baby. It could be a spot. I mean, win, lose, or draw. Like, maybe Carson Wentz would just be like, F it. and just completely let it rip no matter what Kevin O'Connell calls. So, I don't know. It's frustrating. It's week 3. And everyone's exhausted and exasperated, but we saunter on. Vikings by 1,000 on Sunday. There you go. Anyways, that's Q&A for this beautiful day. Thank you, everyone who submitted questions. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.